welcome back. Hope you're well. So today I am doing a very exciting video. I am rereading You Deserve Each Other, and I'm very excited to do this because one, I've been wanting to reread this book for a couple of months now. Two, this book was a very confusing book for me when I read it the first time. So I read it for the first time maybe August-ish last year, 2022. I'm not entirely sure, but I hated it. I went into it and I hated the characters. I thought they were awful. I remember venting to my boyfriend about it every 5 to 10 pages, and I'm like, this book is right. They do deserve each other because they're both just terrible human beings. And then they started to like each other again, and I fell in love with them. And I ended up giving the book a 4 stars. It took a complete 180, which is crazy. So I wanted to reread it, see if those emotions still hold up. Do I still hate them at the beginning and like them at the end? Do I just not like them this time around? Like, what is going on? What's the review? How do I feel? Because that's a weird book, but I do remember hating it for the first half of the book, and then second half and onwards up until now, I have held it in very high regard. So essentially what this book is about, if you don't know, it is a rom-com, and it is about an engaged couple who kind of have an agreement of, or not an agreement, but like a game of who can back out first because they don't want to be with each other. But then throughout the whole time of trying to annoy each other into breaking up, they actually end up just falling back in love. So it's an interesting premise, definitely, and I'm excited to read it again. So today, I started this a few days ago. I want to say maybe on Halloween I started it. No. I started it yesterday. I started it on the 1st. Okay. So I started it yesterday. I'm about 50 pages in. I have not read that much. And how I'm feeling so far is those feelings that I had when I read it the first time are definitely coming back. Because I remember hating the main girl, Naomi. The thing that made me hate her initially was that she counts how much she loves him in the moment. So she's like, today I love him 40%. And I just thought that was despicable because it's like, if you don't like him, leave him. But don't ever do that to your partner thinking, oh, today I love my partner 80%. That's awful. That's terrible. If you're doing that, you should not be in a relationship. I am so sorry. But that really set me off. That's what got the ball rolling into me really truly despising her. And she has already done that a few times, and again, really kind of truly despise her. So far the experience is holding up. Him, I don't hate yet. I remember I started to dislike him a bit more into the 20% mark. Right now I'm at the 13% mark, so it's coming. But so far it's holding up. Like I said, I'm more so trying to do this to see if I would like them again by the end of it, because I knew I wouldn't like them at the beginning. They're truly bad. So I am excited to see where this goes and how this goes. As of right now though, find her hateful. He's fine, but that being said, my one gripe is I didn't really realize this the first time that I read this, but they haven't even been dating for 2 years and they're already engaged, which in my opinion is too soon, especially for them. And from what I remember and what I can also tell right now is they don't talk to each other, which no wonder your relationship is miserable if you don't speak. So it's all my pet peeves right now, which is kind of annoying, but it's the halfway mark. I'm pretty sure that it starts to switch. So we'll see. I am excited to be doing this. I've been wanting to reread this book for a few months now. So yeah, wish me luck. Let's hope for the best. And hopefully I don't end up hating this book by the end of this, because that would be sad. There's nothing worse than rereading a book you used to love and you now hate it. So we'll see. But yeah. So I just finished chapter 5, and I do have to say, despite the fact that I think Naomi is very annoying with how she doesn't talk to Nick, it's very funny how their lack of communication causes them to argue, which I think is the whole point of this book. So I will give it that. That being said, I do feel really bad for him because despite the fact that he's never really told her what he wanted,
she also just never really took into account how he feels and what he could want or ask him what he needs from her. So I feel more bad for him than I do for her. But that being said, they're both still very annoying, but I am very much enjoying it. I'm on page 84 and I don't know, it's a good time. So yeah. So I'm back again. I just finished chapter 15 and they're finally starting to be nice to each other, which is really fun. I'm finding that this time around, I find them a lot less hateful because, one, I know that they end up being nice to each other, so I guess their mean acts to each other just isn't as bad this time around. And then second of all, I think I'm taking this book a little less seriously this time than I did the first time that I read it. So when they were mean to each other, it was more funny than anything. So I think that's my biggest advice. Just don't take this book seriously because they are really mean to each other for so many pages, but it's just fun and they're really cute when they do start to be nice to each other. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. This is a good time.
I'm back. I finished You Deserve Each Other. And if I didn't say this, or if you don't remember, I originally read this, I finished it on the 4th of October of 2022, so just a little bit over a year ago. And I gave this 4 stars. Thought the characters were really hateful, but I loved the ending. Wanted to reread it. I will reread this book again at some point in the future, definitely. I want to save it for when I'm actually in a place where it's very cold, because I think they live in the Midwest or somewhere up there, so it's very cold, snowy, and the atmosphere is just top tier. Like, genuinely, that book screams cold weather. Like, you feel cold when you read it. I absolutely love it. So I will be rereading it again at some point. But this time around, I actually gave it a 5 stars, which is really great. It was really fun. I'm really happy. And the one thing that I learned is that the first time I read it, I took it a bit too seriously. Because at the end of the day, especially Naomi, she's really mean and awful to him, and they're both hateful quite a bit, but especially Naomi. That being said though, again, like, rereading it, knowing what they're like, and then it's just not a book you should take seriously, because otherwise you are gonna find the main characters very annoying and frustrating and you're not going to like it. So that is my warning to you. However, it was fun. I really did like it. I definitely consider this one of my favorite books, and in general I'm just very happy that I picked it up again. That being said, I did change my mind on Nicholas. The first time around, I thought he was almost equally as annoying as Naomi, but this time around he's really precious and he really does deserve the world, and his mother is so annoying. Okay, if you can hear the work outside, I'm so sorry. I've been putting this video off because they're just constantly doing work outside my window and there's nothing I can do about it, but it doesn't seem to be stopping. It's been like this for months, so I'm sorry. But Nicholas is wonderful. Protect him at all costs, and I love him. He deserves the world. And I don't know, I don't have much to say other than the fact that this is a fun book that you shouldn't take seriously, and I really enjoyed it. It is 10 out of 10, the perfect November book, I want to say, because the first half is in autumn and then the second half is in winter, so it's perfect. It's so perfect, and I love it, and I will be rereading it in the future. That being said, I have to say, every time I've switched to the audio, I just think the audiobook is a little better than reading the physical book, especially because the chapters are so long. So yeah, but I did enjoy it. I would recommend it, and if you're going to read it and you live somewhere where there's cold winters, please take my advice and read it in November. It's the perfect time. So, or like January, February. November, January, February, those are the perfect times to read it. It's not a Christmas book, but if you want to read in December, that's fine too. It's very cozy and warm and lovely. So, but yeah, let me know if you've read this book and if you like it. If you like me or my videos, I would really appreciate a like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye.